So it allows me to use the right kind of muscles during my backswing, okay? Using my body. My arms are nice and wide away from me. So anyone who's collapsing the arms, this is a fantastic tool to use, okay? What we're essentially trying not to do is to collapse the arms, right? So right now, when you get to the top of your golf swing, what's happening is these arms are just collapsing a little bit this way. So the body's not quite rotating enough. The arms start collapsing. The left arm and the hands get closer to your head. That would be a good kind of reference point, right? Is when you get to the top, we want to feel like the arms are further away from our head than they are closer. So if I was to keep my arms away from me, kind of looks like this, right? So I'm trying to keep my arms away from me, as opposed to getting to the top and bringing them closer, okay? Now there's two training aids I want you to try if you can get your hands on them. Number one, mate, real simple, is just like a gym band, right? So basically got one of these bands here where, you know, you grab it and, you know, guys put it behind their backs and stretch out, etc., right? You can warm up your upper back and really engage the upper back and the lats doing this. So this is a pretty simple training aid, right? Let me throw this away so that that doesn't get in the way. But we can use this to feel like we're reaching up in the sky to get some width in our golf swing. So how I would like you to do this is if you place that on the ground, right, stand on it, so one side of it, stand on one side, just get that a little bit tighter there, okay? So we're standing on that band. Now, what I want to do is I want to try and push my arms away from me. So I'm going to turn first, obviously, in the golf swing. So I'm just grabbing it, taking my golf grip. You could wrap it over your hand if you want. It's entirely up to you, okay? But we want to take that club away as we've been working on, okay? And then I want you to feel when you get to the, for the next part of the swing, I want you to feel like this band is being stretched the entire time, okay? So I might just loosen that off ever so slightly. And we're going to feel like we turn and stretch that band. Okay, I'm stretching that band away from me. Obviously, it's going to not be as tight if we bring our arms in. Okay, I want to feel like I stretch that band. Okay, so when I put a club in my hand, and again, you can just grip the band and the club together, okay? What we're going to feel is the same thing. Okay, so I have to use my big muscles, I have to turn, and I have to stretch. Now this is a pretty good workout, all right? I don't want to, right? There's no effort really required to do that. So I've got to, because this band is pulling me that way, so I have to do the work to push it that way. It's the sign of a good training aid, right? He who does the work does the learning. If this band was going that way, it would be helping me, but this band is wanting to pull back into that direction, so I have to do the work here, okay? And then obviously we can remove that and create that feel. Okay, really try and feel like we've got some width at the top. We need to keep the body turning and we need to try and keep some width to the arms, okay? The second training aid I was going to just suggest for you is the gravity fit. I don't know if you've seen or tried these before, but again, some elastic bands, right? Now there's many other uses to this, but basically, mate, we want to put it on our back. So we put that around us there, and that little thing on the back just sits right in the middle of my thoracic spine there. Okay, you can see that, all right, pretty much there, all right? And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to extend these out, and I'm just going to tighten these up. So we can talk about getting you one of these if we need to, but basically I'm going to tighten these bands up, okay? And essentially what I do is I just place my hands through it, and what I can do now is, again, these bands, if I have my arms out, right, we're putting tension on the bands, right? If I pull my hands in, we're reducing that tension. Okay, so I want to, during my golf swing, keep those bands away from me, okay? So it allows me to use the right kind of muscles during my backswing, okay? Using my body, my arms are nice and wide away from me. So anyone who's collapsing the arms, this is a fantastic tool to use, okay? And again, we can use a golf club with this. We just remove these little black pads there. Grab a golf club, okay? Make sure these are still nice and tight. And we can hit balls with this, okay? So again, we get into our setup position. Also helps with posture, okay? But again, we want to feel wide during the takeaway, so we're keeping those bands away from us, okay? We're not letting them come in, okay? And then we're keeping them wide. We're not collapsing. And you can really feel that when you're collapsing the arms a bit, so we want to try and use the bigger muscles, use that body to turn, keep those arms away from us, okay? And you can hit balls with this on. So there's a couple of things that you can use to help you from not collapsing the arms. We want to try and keep them wide. All right, mate?